Hey everybody, Adam here, and today we're going to play a little Legacy. We're going to do something near and dear to my heart, and that is play some High Tide. So this is the 17th place challenge list from user I would like to respond in Magic Online, aka Truckus123 on Twitter, aka Marcus Ewald. So Marcus has been doing a ton of lists on Tide for a long time, probably the player most known for playing High Tide at the time, at this moment, and this is the list that Marcus has been playing recently, and this is the list that he played to a 4-2 in the challenge a couple of days ago. So, if you're not familiar with High Tide, obviously the card High Tide itself, until end of turn, islands tap for an additional blue. Cast as many of these as possible. Plenty of effects to untap your lands so that you're generating additional mana. Time Spiral, untap up to 6 lands. Shuffle your hand, draw 7 cards. Shuffle your hand and graveyard. Both players draw 7 cards. And eventually you win the game either Cunning Wishing for a Blue Sun's Zenith or a Brain Freeze. So the big differences there being that some Blue Sun Zenith, one, gets around shuffle triggers from cards like Emrakul the Aeon's Torn or the other original Legendary Eldrazi. What Blue Sun Zenith also does is allows you to kind of start going off, find a big card advantage spell, and then fuel the rest of your combo turn, while shuffling itself back into your deck should you need it for later. Then Brain Freeze is just a nice, clean, target player mills 3 cards, storm. So you count your opponent's library, you figure out, okay, like this is where we need to get, storm out, mill them out, call it a day. Those are the primary kill conditions. Now, the rest of the sideboard, or most of the rest of the sideboard, if you will, is a Cunning Wish sideboard. So you have additional pacts of negation that you can wish for in order to beat certain circumstances, right? So you have things like a Force of Negation that allows you to have an extra free counterspell as a layer of protection. You have another Turnabout, so should you be short on mana, you Cunning Wish, make additional mana, keep going. You also have a Snap, so this is going to get a particularly difficult creature out of play and generate mana to allow you to keep going. Then the non-Cunning Wish targets are 2 Grafdigger's Cage. This is going to shut off things like Uro, things like Reanimator. What it also gives you the ability to do is shut off cards like Green Sun Zenith. So Green Sun Zenith can be a problem for this deck because, as it turns out, you have Force of Will, Time Spiral, Blue Sun Zenith. All of these cards cost, say, 4 or more mana. So if your opponent were to Green Suns for a Gaddock Teeg, that could become problematic. It just kind of shuts off a few different avenues there. You also have Dress Down, so in the Hate Bears matchups, you can Dress Down their end step, shut off all their Hate Bears for a turn, and then combo off and kill them. Finally, you have Teferi's Realm. So Teferi's Realm being an enchantment, a world enchantment specifically, that says at the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player selects lands, creatures, artifacts, enchantments, and phases all of those things out. So, here's the deal. On your opponent's turn, they will obviously choose whatever doesn't matter to them. On your turn, you will phase back in your lands, and then proceed to phase out whatever permanent type they have that's problematic. Whether that be creatures, or artifacts out of, say, like a Chalice of the Void Trinisphere shell. Just phase them all out. They don't exist for the turn. Combo off and kill your opponent. Finally, I did forget to mention there's 1 Echoing Truth in the sideboard. This is just another answer to generic problem permanents. So you can game 1, Cunning Wish for an Echoing Truth, get a Trinisphere or something out of play, and then go off. So one of the big things about High Tide that is different from many other combo decks is High Tide is a deck that tries to wait as long as possible before it combos off. The reason being, you are much more likely to succeed in combo killing your opponent when you have more islands in play, because you're able to generate more mana, do more things, and more effectively guarantee the kill. Whereas the earlier you have to combo, the earlier you have to start trying to go off, the less deterministic the kill is going to be. So High Tide being a deck that relies heavily on things like Time Spiral, you might start going off and then completely and totally fizzle. Not super likely, but possible. So that is something that is important to keep in mind. But without any further ado, we're gonna get this show on the road. Let's kick this pig. Thank you everyone for joining me this evening. There are plenty of ways you could choose to spend your Tuesday, but I'm grateful that you chose to spend it with me. So if you don't follow me on social media anywhere, I will be live Thursday night with something, yet TBD. Then Saturday we'll be playing some Vintage. Next week's schedule is going to be kind of up in the air. Right. Correct, Travis. Solidarity much more likely to fizzle. So I have started a new job recently. I found out that I will be going to an afternoon/evening shift. So trying to figure out what that schedule is going to... Yes, please. What that schedule is going to look like going forward. Interesting. I think I'm going to keep this. So the deal with that being, I don't think I want this, but I definitely want this. So the deal with this new schedule is I will be... Chalice? Chalice me already? I will be getting out of work at 8 p.m. my time. Ooh, Ruby Storm, baby, let's go. Ponder. I'm interested in a great number of these things. I think Ponder is the least of these. Ponder, Spiral, Force on top, don't shuffle. Play this, say go. So I'm trying to figure out what my plan is for streaming going forward. If I'm going to try to shift to some earlier in the day streams. If I'm going to try to shift to some late evening streams. That seems like gas. Seething Song was fine. Well, we have to counter that one or not counter at all. I'm gonna pitch this Predict, because I think it's the card that matters the least at the moment. Opponent is casting Wish. What are we looking for? Jessica's Will? So still trying to figure out what my streaming schedule will look like going forward. That's so wild. I never realized that's the way Wish worked. I just thought about that. That's kind of terrifying. I will be streaming next week. The schedule is yet TBD. I'm also going to try to do something special for next Tuesday's stream, as next Tuesday is my birthday. Strike your edge, yes. Treasure. Galvanic Relay, that's a lot of cards. How lethal is a opponent. I basically don't have anything to say about it regardless. So, game plan here is going to be try not to die this turn. Scroll for high tide, call it a day. Deal. So we're gonna try for something kind of special next Tuesday, with it being my birthday. I have yet to figure out what that will be, but we're gonna try. It doesn't say where you cast that from. Desperate Ritual, okay. Oh, it is, these are, that one was the Seething Sun was from Exile. I can't beat this Burning Wish. I don't think opponent is lethal here, but we'll see. Oh, okay. They're just gonna tendrils. Sure. That is indeed lethal. That's gonna be problematic. Metamorphose, Metamorphose. Yeah. Grids in. Rite of Flame. Rite of Flame. Put the tendrils in the stack, I lose. Okay. So we're playing against Ruby Storm. We need to be much more thoughtful about the way we interact. I don't think I'm worried about Pact of Negation here. I think I'd much rather have a Force of Negation. But beyond that, I think that we're actually kind of set up to just beat something like this. I could consider Teferi's Realm to phase out their artifacts, but I don't know that that's actually relevant. And I can wish for Echoing Truth if needed. Yeah. Yes, please. So this is just a ponder looking for an interactive spell? That'll do it. I think I want Island on bottom, then Fluster, then Force of Negation. Don't shuffle. Medallion's fine. Gonna be patient here. I don't think there's a particular reason to try to get cute or weird. Yeah, that's terrifying. That bonus round makes things very, very difficult. They are going to pay, but this chokes their mana quite a bit. It's fine. Metamorphose, yep. Draw 2, double up. Yikes. Double Jessica's Will's a little spooky.
It's been a test to make it here. My hopes fade through.
That's a lot of cards.
But I've been holding on to a prayer, and I hope someday soon God sees my efforts and shows me my efforts aren't in vain. And I played the part, and I played the fool, and I've been used. And I let them get the
How do you not just go off there?
for what it's worth. I never meant you
That's like 3 petals
just so you know.
are Rite of Flame.
Just the same.
Gonna turn about them and tap all their lands in their upkeep. Yup.
But it's all been worth it just to watch you grow, boy. And I'll be your daddy till I die.
Alright.
I'll keep the angels by your side.
Bonus round, yup.
I played the part and I played the fool, and I've been
Seething Song. Sure, that's a bunch of mana.
to me, but it was all for you. For what it's worth, I never meant you anything.
Draw a High Tide Wind Gate.
I love you both just the
Can also just be... Yeah, this is all fine. Yeah, like, this isn't actually scary. I need to draw High Tide or Merchant Scroll. Past in Flames, yes. Sure is a lot of bonus rounds. That's a lot of mana. That's a lot of mana.
Said I know your anger right now, but the feeling of pain. So keep it captive up when you're feeling down low. And when you finally forget your purpose, you'll be stumbling on down my side of the
What's the plan, opponent? You've made 41 mana.
road for you.
I'm just gonna F6 here.
Like you do. Time's running away and it's running fast. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Said I know. I used to walk down the very same road. And if I could, I'd give you some advice. See, he don't care about you. All the good or the bad you do know.
What is opponent's plan?
And that's the devil's price.
Like, you've made a billion mana. I guess you're refueling your entire hand here. Okay.
Same devil says sit and have yourself a line.
That's a lot of wishes.
You say we
Opponent can basically cast their entire sideboard.
we can make it last all night. When you try to go to sleep, I'll be in your ear.
Show me tendrils.
Look at you the whole night through with your paranoid eyes all
Nice. Alright then. Well, we lost to Ruby Storm. Not 100% sure how that matchup is supposed to go, but it doesn't feel particularly good. Oh, excuse me. But like I was saying earlier, next week's streaming schedule is kind of a little in flux at the moment while I figure out the best way to kind of make that happen with my new schedule, my new job. But I am going to try to do something kind of cool on Tuesday, just kind of as a birthday present to myself, if you will. But I hope everyone is having a great evening so far. I know we didn't, we're not off to a spectacular start, getting completely bullied by Ruby Storm, but it, kind of how that's gonna be sometimes, I imagine. I'm not sure what the plan in that matchup is exactly. Like, I have a bunch of counter magic, and most of it seems very good, but grid can be problematic. An opponent just had early grids both games, and they just make so much mana so quickly. But yeah, I imagine the league has to get easier from there. I think that most other matchups are much more reasonable. Cool. Won the die roll again. This feels fine. I'm gonna play an island and pass. I will brainstorm if needed. On end step once upon a times. Shows Bloodstained Mire, so this has to be Madness. Okay.
We got a new song that kind of is self-titled song, and I think it says it best when it could be anything that you love. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing.
That one seems pretty bad. We're gonna shuffle that away. And I guess draw Strand? Yeah. So we discarded one of our lands and both Merchant Scrolls. That is unfortunate. Uh-oh. This looks rough. So that's 8 this turn. One had a bunch of Burning Inquiries. Fetching Taiga there feels really strange. Ship Force of Negation. Ship Predict. Yikes. I think we're just dead? 4, 5, 6, yeah, we're just dead. So, I don't hate dress downs here. Actually, Cage seems like hot fire. Pact seems very bad. I don't think I want to intuition. They could very well bring in Leyline, and if I need, I can wish for it. Flusters are okay, but not amazing. I'm gonna bring in one Force of Negation, and then the Dress Downs. I think I would rather have things that stop LED or the absolute torrent of nonsense creatures. Play first. This hand feels particularly weak. This is turn 2, scroll for a thing. I'm gonna mulligan this. This is slightly better. I can ship this second Cunning Wish.
You can sing along if you want, whatever. It'd be cool.
I think I'm gonna pass. I feel like opponent's still on Burning Inquiry in this matchup. So I want to be able to protect some of these things at least a little bit. I'm gonna brainstorm here. I'm gonna ship this predict. One of these preordains. Fetch this away, then ponder. No, I'd probably preordain here. I guess I want to ponder because I want to look at more cards looking for Force of Will. Well, this is good if we get a turn. None of this fuels High Tide either. I think I'm just gonna shuffle this. That's at least a little better. Gross. Okay. Root Walla, sure. Another Root Walla, yup. Hollow one, yes. I just need a land. It's not a land. Preordain looking for mana source. So, what's the game plan here? I guess the game plan here is to bottom this, top this, cast Merchant Scroll, go get Force of Negation, I suppose? And I will pitch the Cunning Wish if needed. Yeah, that's it exactly, right? The next turn it's just High Tide, Turnabout, Time Spiral. Okay, that's fine. I don't care about that. I'll take 6. That says to me that opponent's hand is, like, kind of bad. I'm gonna take this because I want the extra mana. Island. High Tide. Turnabout. Target me. Lands. Untap. Time Spiral. One, two, three, four. Okay. High Tide. Ponder. I don't want any of these. Oh, what are we doing here? 46 cards in library. 15, 16 spells? Ponder again. I think I want all of this. This. No. They're all main. I did not cut a tide. This deck is usually on Leyline of the Void, not Surgical Extraction. Brainstorm. I'm gonna put back Dress Down and this island that I can't cast. Oh. There's a tide there. Tide. Turnabout me. Lands, untap. Scroll. Tide. Tide. So if I think I can Cunning Wish for Brain Freeze. How much mana do I have? 1 billion. Okay. 27, 5, and 11. Yeah. So if I Cunning Wish for Brain Freeze, cast Spiral, force my own Spiral, Cunning Wish, Brain Freeze, Time Spiral, Force a Will, we're still one short. So I have to cast another Spiral. One, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I thought about that. This, however, should do the thing. Tide. Scroll. Get Cunning Wish. Yes, please. Brain Freeze. Cage. Brain Freeze, target you. Cool. Yeah, that was it exactly. I just needed to... I had it covered. I just needed to make sure that I had it covered. So, in this game, I need a force effect. This is a force effect. I accept. They've rolled a 5. They kept on 5. Easy force. Easiest force of my life. I could just force this and strand them. I will Spiral, Brainstorm, Island. Don't shuffle. Nice. Seems like a pretty solid Christmas gift. Can't blame you. Yeah, I've, like, opponent mulled a 5 and I just kind of crippled them. I'm gonna ship 2 of these Time Spirals. Play this Misty and pass. That was the easiest brainstorm of my life. Opponent will get to Burning Inquiry. I got a Force of Negation, a Turnabout. They took a Dress down. They took another land. Yikes. They're gonna get some power into play, which is unfortunate. Hollow one, yup. Take 4, go to 13. That ain't it. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh my god, this is just lethal. Opponent just does not have to cast a spell. They just attack. God, that's so unfortunate. Yikes. That was really close. Like, that was really, really close. Opponent knocked us off of the 3rd land, which was a big deal. It's possible I'm not supposed to keep the, like, random double force hand. Or maybe I'm just, like, supposed to let them Burning Inquiry. I just didn't... I felt like if they mull the 5 and I take LED and Burning Inquiry, like just tag both of those, that I stabilize better than they do. And they just like ripped another Inquiry off the top, cast Inquiry, and like did the thing. So it is what it is. That one I think was way closer than it seemed. The Ruby Storm matchup did not feel particularly close. It felt like we have cards, but they were not good. Our opponent is a punted Wumpus. Not to be confused with a hunted Wumpus. No, no, no. A punted Wumpus. And they've chosen to play first. That feels very good for them. Scroll gets tied. I think we keep. You have those backwards, Travis. They don't make a full art foil ponder. You are thinking full art, the textless preordains, or ponders, like the ones I have, and then the secret layer preordains. If there's a thing I know, it's random legacy cantrips. Rad. This Flusterstorm could not matter less. Let's go. Bottom, top. I just want to make my land drops here. If I make my land drops correctly, I can just play around Thalia entirely. This matchup is already worse for our opponent because they are 60 card Yorion, or 80 card Yorion taxes, not 60 card taxes. Opponent plays Rashad, important passes. Rad, rad. Bottom this, top tide. What ponder did they make in the secret lair? I don't recall a secret lair ponder. I remember there were the preordained ones that had like various arts. Yeah, the preordains, they did like a mismatch set pretty early on. I will check this out later. That is unfortunate. I think we can beat this, but it will take time. That's not exactly a card I'm looking for right now. I will fetch another island here. I'm going to cast this scroll. I'm going to go get a wish here. I'm just going to take my time and set up here. Travis, remind me of this link between rounds because I want to see it. I didn't realize, I guess I didn't know that there was a secret layer ponder. I also didn't know there was a full art foil preordain, I suppose. So this match, like, I have this Cunning Wish. This Cunning Wish is going to go get an Echoing Truth. I don't care about this Stoneforge even a little bit. They've gotten Cauldra, sure. Sure. Okay. I think that's gonna be that. I'm just gonna float there. I would have loved another land there, like, real bad. So this merchant scroll is gonna go find me a turnabout. I'm going to discard this intuition. I think it's the worst card in the hand by kind of a lot.
Woke up this morning, she took all I had. My favorite fishing bowl is 62 cat. Now she's gone.
That doesn't do anything meaningful at all.
Gone away. Can't feel the beat of a heart in my chest. Spent all my money and charged the rest. Now she's gone. Oh, and I'm left.
That's a Cauldron complete. That's fine.
Can we meet in the middle? My body wants back to its soul. I never knew I'd find the devil in you. Took it all, now you're coming back.
Take 8, go to 8.
You took it all, now you're coming back for more. Went to the neighbors to share my news. Turns out he's sorry, but he shared her too.
Oh, they didn't even... Okay. They didn't port me.
He said I drove her away. Heard that's been plotted, her plot's been found. 6 feet ain't deep enough, she'll be 20 down, she'll be gone. Oh, gone away. Can we meet in the middle?
So the question is how close...
My body wants back to
That's fair. I have to decide here how clever I think my opponent is. Because if I get High Tide Turnabout, then I think I have the mana to do basically everything I want to do this turn. 6. Almost. No, I think I'm just dead. Because I can't go High Tide Turnabout, Float 6, Wish, get Truth. Yeah, you don't have enough mana. I missed too many land drops. That was unfortunate. So I definitely want the Dress Downs. These Flusters are pretty bad. I think... Pact seems bad. I think I want the 2 Teferi's Realms. And then call that a day.
I got a feeling everything's gonna go down.
I'm just, yeah, Travis, like, I like, Teferi's Realm is obviously good. I'm just trying to figure out, like, if there was anything else I wanted. Because I have 2 Dress Downs, and if I have 2 Teferi's Realms, like, the intuition is, like, okay, but not incredible. Like, shaving a Preordain is not unheard of, or a Predict. But I think this is the answer. Just 2 Teferi's Realms, 2 Dress Downs. A big thing I mean, sure, like, but you can beat any, like, one of, yeah, you can beat one of these things. Archon, actually, they don't play Archon very often. Archon isn't super common in Legacy. Archon would absolutely ranch me, but they don't often play Archon. Yeah, Travis, like, Dress Down also just beats all of the cards you just mentioned. I just slam a Dress Down in their end step and then untap and kill them. Like, that was part of the answer, was like, am I cutting too many cards here? Like, obviously I don't want the 3 Flusters, but like, how good is Pact? Not really. But, yeah, it was just thinking about all of the potential options, like, is this something that I can board in? Maybe? You know? Like, Echoing Truth, pretty reasonable Magic card. I would love to play first. I need opponent... Oh, opponent join the game. Cool, that's good. Yeah, like, this seems fine. I just want another land. Like, will Easy Money force Vile unless this Preordain finds exactly Dress Down? They've mulled to 6. That feels pretty good. I also have to consider things like Deafening Silence. Like, if opponent just snap mulls to, like, Deafening Silence or something like that, then all of a sudden, like, this Force of Will, while good, is not quite as amazing as it would have been. Top, draw, scroll, say go. Pitching scroll here. Yeah. You found Caracas. Now you have to decide, is it better to deploy a threat or... That's a good one. That's also a good one, as it turns out. Yeah. I'm just gonna take 3 here. Like, this isn't enough pressure for me to be that concerned. Also, opponent isn't showing me that their hand is particularly strong. That's another Plains. I'm gonna cast this Cunning Wish now to get the Echoing Truth. Ooh, that one's also decent. That one is also decent. Not gonna lie to you. I think I'm just gonna take the snap here, honestly. I think the snap targeting spirit is actively better. Yeah, yeah. Cast Ponder. I just want more land drops. Oh, wow. That dress down's so good. I feel like I'm gonna shuffle this, though. I just need a land drop. Oh, right. There's a spirit in play. Right. Remembered wishing for the snap. Didn't consciously think that I didn't cast it. It's fine. But yeah, I needed to cast that preordain anyway. No, Thalia is pretty easy to play around. The Spirit's the one of these cards that, like, is actually problematic. I mean, kind of. Like, I was gonna cast this Ponder anyway. I did mildly forget about Spirit doing Spirit things. But only just mildly. Yep, that one sucks. Not gonna lie. Alright. That was a reason to do the thing. That one is gonna be hot fire. Okay, there's another saga. All right. Tide. Snap. Thalia. Interesting. Well, we found Scroll. I just have to figure out what our line is here. An opponent didn't pour to us. That's 2. I can't snap. Oh, Yep, I needed land. I once again needed just a land. If I play this Teferi's Realm, they just name, like, land or something, and they just attack me for lethal. I needed a land so that I could go High Tide, Snap Thalia, Turnabout myself, then Cunning Wish for Wipe Away, or Echoing Truth, and start trying to go from there. Yikes. I guess, like, what? We just cast the thing? We can't even cast... Yeah. We just can't cast our spells. I needed a land drop. Yikes. That is one that should have been winnable. I think our draws were a little bad. That Teferi's Realm could have been gas if it had come a turn earlier. We just shut their stuff off. Yeah, I needed another land drop. Because another land drop turns that whole hand on. Even fetch land was acceptable. Yeah, even fetch land was acceptable. I don't even think it was the snap on the first spirit. It was the fact that opponent ended up having double spirit and Thalia, and we missed land drops. I mean, ish. Like, it does a thing. I don't even think it necessarily buys us another turn. Because opponent there also just had, make a construct. So they just, like, make a construct. And even that one construct is enough for lethal. I feel like we're getting ever so slightly RNG'd out of this one. The Ruby Storm one, I'm gonna chalk that up to I've not played that matchup literally ever, and I'm not sure, like, how that's supposed to pan out. Do you just, like, let Grid try to resolve and just, like, try to combo over it? They seem way faster than we are. Or am I supposed to bring in Teferi's Realm to shut off their, like, Grids and Rubies? Like, maybe. That one is interesting, and I might reach out to Marcus after this. Madness was super, super, super close. And in both the NT games, we just, like, needed a land. We were... If we had made another land drop in both games, I think we were golden. But we just didn't make our land drops. And that's the thing, right? By playing a deck like Tide, where you're trying to make your land drops... I mean, this feels like gas. One of these scrolls finds... One of these scrolls finds a turnabout. Opponent has suspended Ancestral Visions on one. JK. This Merchant Scroll is just gonna find me, like, Force of Will or Flusterstorm? Oh, this might be a Tide Mirror, actually. Not sure if I'm supposed to cast Ponder here or Scroll. Scroll is good, but yeah, I think I just want to Scroll. I'm gonna grab a Force of Will. That's a brainstorm, sure. Okay. I'm gonna cast another merchant scroll here. This one is gonna go find me a fluster. And then I'm gonna ponder. Yeah, I think Island Pact. Island is the plan. Don't shuffle. No, like, I think I had a plan from the get-go with that. Excuse me? What? Let me get rid of the fluster. Opponent just boomeranged my land. I need an adult. I don't understand. Yeah, that Tabernacle Super doesn't matter. Opponent's got a billion cards in hand now. I don't think I'm in a hurry. They're not applying any real pressure, and their plan is also just grip of counter magic, you figure it out. Vista takes another card out of my library, which I'm into. That doesn't feel like a thing that matters literally at all. I'm just going to blind predict my opponent. I hit an Ancestral Vision, which I'm not mad about. We go? Like, I have Force plus Pact plus Wish for something?
Everybody's watching now. You don't know where your next move is taking you.
What am I... One has 39 cards in their library. I don't actually need that high of a storm. 39 divided by 3, 542 is 13? I'm just gonna predict this Flusterstorm away. I milled Brainstorm. Okay, well that's right. We shuffled first. What do I not care about? I think... Cunning Wish, Island... Just gonna draw a bunch of cards here. Apparently? Intuition ain't bad. I want this Cunning Wish to go get me a Fluss. No. I have like a billion mana. I think I'm gonna Cunning Wish for a blue Sun Zenith.
Give me a long neck bottle of beer so I can drink. It's been a long hard day. I can hardly think. I got unread
Me?
books and
1, 2, 3.
stockings are empty and I'm fighting with the wife. So give me a long neck.
Each of these taps for 2, so that's 12. So 6, 11,
Shot of that whiskey that you just bought.
14.
I just spent 2 hours in a Walmart parking lot. I got jacked from a spot about 18 times. I got the
15.
standing in line. So give me a long neck.
This. I'm gonna draw 6 cards.
I said, oh, it's Christmas time. You can bet your ass you're gonna be the last person in line. Well, the eggnog's lovely and the fruitcake's dry. My electric bill
Packed.
will be sky high. So give me a long neck bottle of beer so I can drink.
Force.
I said, oh, it's Christmas time. You can bet your ass you're gonna be the last person in line.
Do I get to draw 6 cards yet?
Well, the eggnog's lovely and the fruit
Feels like gas.
bill is gonna be sky high. So give me a long neck bottle
Brainstorm.
so I can drink. So give me a long neck bottle of beer so I can drink. So give me a long neck.
Ah, yes. The Moto Flusterstorm interface. My favorite. So, like, this brainstorm doesn't actually matter. This other time spiral seems bad. I have one wish in exile, so I can't go get wishes. Okay.
Grab your wings and ride that wind down through the mountain. That smoky train covers ground, but only ground will see.
Time spiral. One of those isn't going to untap, so I might as well not. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Preordain. Bottom. Top. Preordain. Bottom. Top. Cunning Wish. Yes, please. Get Brain Freeze. Brain Freeze, target you. Sick. We did it. Yes, Greg, that is indeed a blue-white shell with Tabernacle. This all feels like gas. I don't really know what opponent is doing, but all of this feels like gas. I can cut Pact for Force of Negation, I think. And that'll be that. That seems like the only thing I can think of that I would want to do. Suspend the Ancestral Visions, opponent says. I accept. Opponent has shown me previously that they don't have a ton of pressure. Like, they hit a grip full of cards at one point and just sat there and stared at me. Yup. You got it. I don't know. Like, opponent had Planeswalkers and Tabernacles, so, like, maybe? Ancestral Vision feels really strange in a standstill shell, but, like, I accept. I'm just gonna scroll here for Fluster. I'm gonna wait one more turn because one more turn lets me... Of course I did. Okay. This is the punish for getting Fluster instead of Force, everyone. This is the punish. So... Now that I see this, I have a feeling opponent is a Days Undoing deck. I mean, I guess. That doesn't particularly matter. Thanks, I hate it. Yeah, okay. So opponent, I believe, now that I see this again, not only is opponent a Days Undoing deck, I believe that opponent is a... There was a Planeswalker Stompy shell floating around for a hot minute. That doesn't particularly... They hit a Force of Will. They've hit 0 wishes so far. This Ashiok is gonna be good, though, not gonna lie. And they've hit 1 basic island. These are things of note. 2 Merchant Scrolls. It's a good one. Yeah, no, opponent is just a big blue Planeswalker control deck. Correct. Gonna preordain. That one can go to the bottom. This one. Uh-huh. Yep. Yup, that's pretty good. Not gonna lie to you. Opponent has hit another basic. 2 of my predicts are gone. Still no wishes. Wish is the card we're looking for. It's basically the only card that matters. Yup. They also hit 0 Tide somehow. That's wild. Turnabout and Intuition. Intuition was pretty bad anyway. Yikes. That makes life hard, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we're still at a point where Wish breaks this open at literally any moment. I definitely want Dress Down now that this card exists. They've still hit 0 wishes. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And there's 2 wishes. I think our odds of getting out of this now are pretty close to 0. Okay, opponent is on Smothering Tithe. So, seeing all these ridiculous permanents, I'm now reconsidering how I want to fight this battle, because I think that Teferi's Realm might be good. I know Dress Down is going to be good. Like, not being able to search my library is mildly problematic, but not a deal breaker. I'm going to shave 1 Fluster. I'm going to cut Intuition. I'm debating on if I want to try to board into Fairy's Realm or not, after opponent has shown me Rest in Peace plus Smothering Tithe, and I think the answer is yes. I'll shave a predicts. And then I have to make one more cut, and I'm not sure what it is. I think it might be another fluster. This sideboarding is so strange. I won the die roll. What I play first? Yes. Opponent's mulligan to 6. That feels like a pretty good start. I'm gonna play Vista and pass. Okay. I can just brainstorm in response to Hull Breacher.
I got plenty about me that you don't know. I got skulls and bones in the closet of my break room, broken home. But everybody's got something that
That's fine.
So when you point that finger of judgment at me, you got 4 more pointing right back at you. And now I ain't saying that I ain't done wrong. And if you could forgive me for the seeds I've sown,
That makes sense.
mistakes, and I've been praying for them all. And I've been praying
Put back this time spiral. Put back this island. As foretold, can resolve.
you do best to forget my name and start working on your own. I ain't trying to be mean or do you no wrong.
Yep, that's fine.
But see, we both got something better waiting for us. If we could both go ahead and move on, I'm going home. I'm going home. Yeah, I'm going home. I'm going home.
I mean, all I'm looking for is Tide.
About you that you don't show. And I could really care less about the things that you think I shouldn't know.
Let me clear out some of these fetches. Opponent has to discard. They discard a Rest in Peace.
Think of words coming from your lips. I tell you now.
Cast my Ponder here. That Dress Down is gas. But only if they do the thing. I think right now I have enough of an advantage that I'm just going to shuffle this and look for...
And I've been praying for you until the day I'm gonna say
That'll do the thing.
you do best to forget my name and start working on your own. I ain't trying to be mean or do you no wrong.
Scroll.
We both got something better waiting.
Get Tide.
Go ahead and move on. I'm going home. I'm going home. Yeah, I'm going home. I'm going
Target me.
Yeah, I'm going home.
I'm gonna force... You just have another one? They do. That is unfortunate. Opponent has cast a Ponder. I'm real talk here for a minute. I might just fire off this time spiral as a... I might just fire off this time spiral as a draw 7 fresh cards. I'm way more into that if I find land for this fluster. I'm just gonna cast this to Fairy's Realm. I'll let opponent decide how much this matters. Answer is a lot. Alright, I'm into that. Ancestral Visions themselves again. Draw. Yeah, that's so bad. That sucks a lot. I'm glad I at least have Dress Down now. This is such a weird situation. This league has been so strange. Okay. That sucks. That sucks a lot. Ponder's fine. Good grief. Yeah, this is just getting more and more rough. Like, the cards I need to beat involve... like, this Hold Reacher's a big deal. Ponder's fine. I mean, yeah. I don't care about that one. Looking for Dress Down. Dress Down would be huge. Hello, Mason. How are you? We're currently getting bullied by somebody's commander deck. I mean... no? This is so wild. Yeah, this literally just feels like somebody's commander deck. Mason, there's a tabernacle in this pile. I'm doing okay. New job's going well. Pretty boring so far, but well enough. Uh-huh.
And as the captain orders his men below, with eyes of tail jet sharing,
I have one turn.
they're not going home. So let's take this storm head on to the wind and sway our glasses one more time with you, my friend, tonight.
Opponent has just informed me in chat that it's a stasis deck. Oh, rad! That's really cool.
Brothers and me. So when you set your sails, set 'em to be free. And when you reach them open water, sing a shipmate song for me.
I'm gonna take my fetch here. Just to thin the deck. I need exactly dress down, nothing else matters. That ain't it.
So let's take the storm head on to the wind. And
Sorry, I am asking opponent for their deck list. Because this is the kind of hot garbage I would be into streaming. So, Great Human Opponent is going to send me their deck list on Twitter, which seems pretty rad. Well, we're 0-4. We're gonna play this last one because that's what we came here to do. But no money for us tonight, friends. That's rough. No play points, no ticks. Big yikes. This has been a rough one. Mason, since you're just coming in, we played against Ruby Storm, Madness, Yorian Death and Taxes, and then the Stasis pile we were just playing against.
I'll never try again. No betrayal runs deeper.
Gonna keep an eye out for that message from our last opponent because that is exactly the kind of pile I'd be into playing.
Then take what's
Yeah, that's really cool, Mason. It'll be cool to have you back in town. Once you get settled in and everything like that, we'll have to do some more co-op streams. Because, I absolutely saw the Battle of Wits, Elementals, Cascade, everything pile. We were talking about how I was really excited about this whole notion of, like, play every modern deck at once until I realized you could cascade into Utopia Sprawl. And then all of us just immediately decided that if we ever played that deck and cascaded into Utopia Sprawl, we would have to somehow finance large amounts of computer repair. Because we would be destroying our PCs.
well, I walked alone
Yeah.
I'll do it again.
If I was playing a it seems like yes. I'm gonna keep. Once upon a time. Oh, we can't. Oh, it's madness again. Rad. We just dead? Resolves. Okay. Yeah, that's like not great actually for you, opponent. I'm gonna fetch, cast Preordain, bottom top, I guess. Like I would kind of like another, like I would kind of like a force effect. That's rad. I'm getting inquired again. Sure. Can you please stop taking all of my lands? Wow. Like, opponent. Please. Please, please stop. For reference, opponent has made us discard 1, 2, 3, 4 lands. Like, opponent isn't even really doing anything for making us discard all this stuff. Skull and Tarn, sure. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna bottom this fluster, top this island. Island is gonna cast Ponder.
And the body becomes frail, the spirit,
Preordain, Turnabout, Tarn.
because
Don't shuffle.
you have something to look forward to.
So this is just High Tide, Turnabout, Time Spiral? Yeah, that's fine. You have not shown me any amount of damage that I'm actually concerned with, opponent. It's another Root Walla. Yeah, you're blowing these way too quickly. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think you need Steve. Mm-hmm. This isn't lethal, so I really don't particularly care. Three, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. Mm-hmm. Go to 6. Island. High Tide. Turnabout me. Lands. Untap. Time Spiral. Okay. Tide. Scroll. Get Turnabout. Turnabout me. Untap my lands. Ponder. Alright, so what's our game plan here? Scroll for turnabout. I kind of need more cards, but... No? Scroll. Get another turnabout. Turnabout me. Lands, untap. And this gets 12. Three, 4, 5, 10, 11. So I can Cunning Wish 10. Force of Will my Cunning Wish, 11. Fluster my own Force of Will, 12. Brain Freeze, 13. That doesn't kill. Huh.
What's up, Hanford?
What do we got? I could Echoing Truth all of their Blazing Root Wallas in combat. If I Cunning Wish right now, I have 6 mana, I can... No, I have 9 mana. Then I can Zenith... X is 3, and if I hit Turnabout or Time Spiral, I keep going? Six, 7, 8. No. I think I have to Zenith, but it doesn't... I can't Zenith for as many as I thought I could. So 1, 2, 3... 1, 2. I have to keep... Yikes. I'm drawing 2 cards? Now I just die. Yeah. If I would have hit Tied into Turnabout, that also works. Yep. We're just dead. Yikes. Alright. Cage, cage. Force of negation. Realm, realm. Cut. Fluster, fluster, fluster. Pact. And intuition. This is what I did last time. Yep. Won the die roll. Let's go first. Easy keep. Just need the card High Tide and a land. That's fine, that doesn't matter. Bottom, top. We can beat Leyline of the Void. Yeah. Yikes. Double LED? That's disgusting. Ponder? Preordain, predict, brainstorm. No? Teferi's Realm phases out all permanents of a certain type. Enchantment, artifact, creature, land, enchantment. Yeah, enchantment, artifact, creature, land. So it phases them out. And that lets us, one, shut off their creatures. And if we have to go for, like, if we had to go for, like, an intuition line or something, we could shut off their ley line. Yeah. It's basically just like a single turn ensnaring bridge, if we need it to be. This doesn't matter at all. This, like, super doesn't matter. They have discarded Rootwalla and drew 3 cards. Yup. Taking 6. I'm gonna brainstorm an end step. I'm gonna put Island and Predict on top. How is there another Predict right there? Like, I'm literally just looking for the card High Tide. Looting is fine. If opponent sets this up right, they could put themselves in a pretty good position to discard 2 Madness Idiots with Anji's Ravager, and then get back, like, Vengevines. Yeah, there's a Vengevine. There's a Madness Idiot. It's on the right track. LED, sure. Crack. Looting again? That's, like, pretty all in, but... Yeah, okay. Yep, they didn't hit. There's an Ox of Agonis. We're gonna take 5. Okay, there's the thing. High Tide. Yeah, it's pretty gas, I'm not gonna lie. Time spiral. Okay. Tide. Preordain. Top. Scroll. Turnabout. Lands, untap. I need to hit 15, 16 storm. One, two, three. I'm gonna have to spiral again. I think I'm gonna cast a bunch of these random permanents because I don't want to hit them again. There's my 4 lands. Ponder. Shuffle. Brainstorm. Gross. These two back. Preordain. Bottom. Bottom. Tide. Tide. Brainstorm. That'll do it. Wish. Yes, please. Brain freeze. You. Good plan, opponent. No reason to show me your entire deck. I will once again submit this as is. I will require the opening hand to have at least one force effect. If opponent has an LED start and I don't have a force effect, I just lose. Huh. Cage is good. Cage is very, very good, and I do eventually have a wish to set up. I think I'm gonna keep. I just said if I don't have a force effect, but opponent has shown me that they're willing to keep more mediocre hands on the back of things like Leyline of the Void that, like, don't actually do anything. Foot, yep, okay. This is trouble. Fetch. Imp, yes. I will turn my stop off for now. That's a good start. I'm gonna play this cage. So this is gonna shut off Vengevine. It shuts off Vengevine and it shuts off Ox of Agonis. All of which are relevant things. Most of their little, like, dorks don't actually do enough, as we saw last game. It's the Vengevines and such. The Vengevines, the hollow ones, the things like that actually matter. We've moved to my beginning of combat, and opponent is just, like, stopped dead in their tracks. Okay, their other card was land. Like, this is fine. I can take a little bit of damage. Yep. Opponent has drawn 3 cards, which is bad for me. Pump Root Walla. Yes. Opponent fetches. Taiga looting. Yep. That's another thing that this shuts off, is flashback looting. Opponent just had a bunch of lands. I'm gonna brainstorm first and then potentially use Ponder to shuffle it. Double scroll is not great. And then put back predict. Ponder will shuffle. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, we have to go soon, but we're not just dead. Okay. They hit another Madness Idiot. Mm-hmm. 3, 6, 7, 8. Go to 5. Turn it up. Yikes. Okay. So, High Tide, 4 mana. I'm just dead here? I'm just dead here. I can't prevent enough damage to do anything. Well, that's not true. No. Because I have... If I could scroll for snap here, I think we'd be in business. Oh, that's rough. If I could scroll for snap. Yeah, I needed to draw exactly turnabout. Yeah, and we can't generate enough mana for its fairies roam to matter. Even if, like, opponent would have to mess this up bad. But yeah, there it is. Yikes. Well, there's a nice quick 0-5. Again, a lot of these felt close. Both of the Madness matches, like, those feel close. Play draw definitely does seem to matter, but it still feels pretty close. Like, I think that you could be on the draw in that matchup and still win. I think we got a little unlucky. In the first time around, opponent had a hand that mulliganed to 5 and ended up killing us through double force of will, which was unfortunate. This one, we needed to draw Turnabout, which is a 4 of. I guess it's a 3 of. One of them's in the sideboard. But we needed to draw Turnabout, and we just bricked. We drew a bunch of cantrips and just kind of died. The D&T matchup, we missed on a crucial land drop both games, which I think had we hit our land drops, we would have just killed them through all their garbage. But we missed land drops in both games and died. And then the Stasis deck, I'm not sure. Like, that's just such a weird one. Like, I feel like that is a matchup that is winnable. I feel like we got a touch unlucky and just ended up dying. So, womp womp. But alright, everybody, that's gonna be it for me tonight. Again, I will be back Thursday night. Format and deck still TBD. I haven't really decided what we're doing Thursday night yet. Could be Legacy, could be Vintage, might be Pauper. I've heard some people in my circles saying that, like, that's actually been kind of fun right now, so that's possible. Who knows? We'll see what happens. And then we'll be back Saturday with some more Vintage. And then next week we'll be kind of up in the air. I gotta figure out how I want to arrange streams with the new work schedule. Might be late in the evenings, like 9:30 p.m. or something. Might be earlier in the day, like streaming like 8 a.m. or something. I gotta figure it out yet. But I know that whatever we're doing next Tuesday will be something kind of cool, because it is my birthday, and I want to do something fun on stream for my birthday. So we'll see what happens. But everybody, you have a good night, and enjoy the rest of your week. Cheers!